And we are on the air with breaking news that we first broke online at WJCL.com. More than 120 people were stuck in a casino boat off the coast of Tybee for more than 12 hours. Good evening, I'm Kevin Holmes.
And I'm Jennifer Andrews. 96 passengers, 27 crew members were on that 174-foot-long escapade. Well, it happened about a mile and a half off the Tybee shore. There you can see it. The vessel ran aground about midnight. Well, the passengers are coming onto the dock as we speak right now. So let's get right to Nick Notario with exactly what is happening and a first look of these passengers. Nick?
Well, it's been a long day for a lot of people. Almost 24 hours they've been aboard that ship, and finally, some of them, they're about to step on some soil, at least some dock, something solid here that's not swaying back and forth. Everyone's okay. They were able to get everyone off. This first ship that you're probably seeing on your screens here, this is holding about 100 people. There's still going to be another ship coming a little bit later on with about 20 people on it. And it's a combination of both passengers and some of the crew members. So far, no one had to be medically evacuated. However, there were 4 people that they wanted to make them kind of use these ladders to climb up and down the ship, and they had to evacuate those people via helicopter, which is going to be happening either now or has already happened. So here, let's just take you back. It happened at midnight. This ship kind of hit a sandbars. The Coast Guard doesn't know exactly what happened. They have 3 people out there investigating it right now. But the number one priority throughout the day was to get that ship moved. They thought once they could get it moved via high tide, which were happening around noon, and we were out there about noon, and you could see the tugboats trying to move this thing, and it just wasn't working. So after that happened, they decided to go into this rescue mission where they were trying to get people, and it's a mix of people. There are no children, but it's a mix of people, and there's some elderly people on there that had a hard time to climb it up and down the thing, up and down the Jacob's Ladder is what they call it. Now, I'm off to the left here, so you can't see me. They wouldn't allow our live truck inside the U.S. Coast Guard base here in Tybee Island, but you can see they're almost off the ship. They're on one of the Coast Guard ships there. We're just off to the left, right off. They've got a station here set up for when people get off. They can either get in one of these shuttles that'll take them back to their cars, or they've got a table set up with water. Looks like a little cooling area, because the shuttles, there's not enough space to get everyone back to Bull River. So right now we're just awaiting people to come off. I'm sure, they're ready to get some water, cool down. But I was told that the ship crew were able to provide them with plenty of food and water, so they're trying to make them as comfortable as possible while they're waiting out there. You know, this was the maiden voyage for Tradewinds Casino. This ship was trying to set sail since mid-June and had some issues and wasn't able to do so. The crew let us exclusively on board about a month ago to see what this thing looks like. It has a number of slot machines, card tables. There's 3 floors. The top having a DJ and restaurant, the middle card games, and then the bottom floor were mainly slot machines. And this is something that the company's been trying to bring to the area for a number of months, working with the county to get the correct permitting, and then it was getting a ship. Then they got the ship here. Then it was getting all the gambling equipment inside, redoing all the carpeting, and then they finally were able to set sail last night. And then it struck a barge, and it's still stuck out there. Now, the next effort, it's from getting that boat. The Coast Guard says around 1 o'clock this morning or at night, it's going to be high tide. And once again, they're going to try to kind of push it using those tugboats, either by a rope or actually, nudging the boat. So if that doesn't happen, they're going to have to come up with a new strategy to try and get this thing. But right now it's sitting there with 3,500 gallons of fuel in it. None of it, I want to add, is spilling into the water at all. Obviously, there is a concern when you have a vessel with that much fuel sitting out there, but it's still not leaking. And as I'm talking, we got this one ship here. I see the first passengers kind of coming off, handing off their life vests. Another ship is not too far in the distance. There's some people walking by. I'm going to walk over. They do look a little exhausted, wearing sunglasses, as you can imagine. We've been told that they probably will not do interviews for the first couple of people that are walking off the ship, but maybe we can find out how they're holding up. They're clutching some water. They look pretty exhausted. Hey, how are you folks doing? They're tired. Tired and very angry. Yep, they're willing to do interviews, but right now they're going to step aside. You got more people with water. They all look very, there's some smiles right there. So while there's some frustration, there's some people trying to make the best of it. They're walking past us right now. As I mentioned, they got this cooling station set up with some fresh water for these people, get them in the shade, maybe get them in some air conditioning. And there are some Tradewinds casino employees walking off with these people as well. So what you're probably seeing on your screen, you can see some of the passengers walking off the ship right now. Some of them holding hands. We've gotten a couple smiles, a couple greetings. We've got more people that are frustrated, just looking for some water and from some shade and air conditioning. There's about 100 people on the ship right here that's in front of us. They're going to load about 50 people into those shuttle vans, and then they're going to bring the rest of them. There's another boat that's coming in right now, which we've been told has about 20 people on it. So we're just going to stand out here. The first wave has kind of come through. No one's gotten on the shuttle boat. They're all looking for that water.
Nick, this is Jennifer. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Jennifer.
Okay. Nick, can you talk a little bit about this? I was reading a little bit from the Coast Guard, and they said that they got an initial report from a crew member that said that there was a malfunction of their chart plotter, which is part of the navigation system. Are you hearing anything about that?
I haven't. They said right now they don't want to speculate as to exactly maybe why this has happened. That's why they've got 3 investigators right now out on the ship that are going to be there at least until midnight, trying to piece together exactly what went wrong.
So will the passengers be checked out before they're shuttled back to their cars? And tell us, how many shuttles are there again, Nick?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time, Kevin? You're going in and out.
How many shuttles are out there, and will they be checked out before they hop on the shuttle, the passengers?
The shuttles, there are 3 Island Express shuttles that are out here. And like I said, it can fit about, they said 50 passengers in there. So they've got 100 people on the first boat, and they're going to be loading them up right now.
Okay, Nick, I know you were on a boat out there earlier today. Can you kind of describe the scene when you saw this massive ship stuck? It's my understanding they were waiting for the tide to come in so they could try to rock it free. Then they tried with 3 different tow lines. Those evidently snapped. You may have covered part of this in your audio earlier, but it was breaking up on my end. So if you've already covered that,
Sure.
forgive me.
What happened, we were able to get out. Someone took us out on a boat, which was fantastic. And we didn't know exactly where this boat was, but we figured if we just come out of the Savannah River and come up Tybee, it